What is up, guys? So I've got a particularly unique deck profile for you here today. This is going to be a kind of blue eyes synchro combo spam kind of deck, guys. Let me make a confession to you as I've got this replay on the board. By the way, this replay obviously is my first example. I'm going to be going into Romulus first of this combo. I'm going to show two different ones. One where I go into Romulus first, one where I go to Firebrax. One is going to end on a slightly different board. One will end with Palooza, one will end with other stuff. But anyway, yeah. Guys, I don't like Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is actually my least favorite archetype in this whole game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I just find it so boring. The monster is irritating, everything about it. So making this deck was probably one of the most stressful experiences I've ever had. I just find it so incredibly tedious and dull, and yeah, so come on, I feel like I really deserve a couple of likes and favorites for that, because I've really put in effort just to make sure I'm bringing you guys a pretty epic deck, and I'm quite impressed by the final result, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I'm Dark Magician, man. Dark Magician for life. Dark Magician's definitely the better kind of like early Yu-Gi-Oh monster. Blue Eyes is so boring, man. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, we move on to that. So as you can see, just the kind of standard Dragon Link combos, and as you can see, this end board I've got a Herald of the Arclight, I've got a Spirit Dragon, which is going to be locking off their graveyard, I've got a Titanic Galaxy, and I've got a Seal, which can go into the Morphage Goliath. So that's kind of a standard board that I can do on one example. I've got another example of a kind of pretty standard board that you can make, that this is going to end on Appaloosa instead. And again, what I've really found and what I've really learned about these decks, that is really just comes down to abusing the plethora of monster reborns you have in the deck, and the fact that Whitestone of Legend will keep searching Blue Eyes for you, and so you just never really lose hand advantage as you're going through all these effects. You've also got the OP nature of things like of Link Cross and Hauke Firebrax, and then Skull Dread to provide you with more free sums. I actually play Guard Dragons, both LP and Pisty in this game, but I usually don't go into Pisty. Pisty is like if I really need to, but I don't always go into it. But yeah, as you can see, so I've used that Skull Dread. Again, I'm going to activate that Whitestone of Legend. It's just so good because I'm just going to keep getting more and more copies of Blue Eyes to my hand. Sometimes I'll actually shuffle a Blue Eyes into the deck just so it can resolve it again, just because I know I'm going to get the free search. Then we go into Romulus, and Romulus also has a really nice effect, obviously, with getting the Dragoon Phalanx out for free tune and blah blah. But its second effect, especially something from the hand, is also really nice. So it basically means I've got two more Monster Reborns, one Levianeer, one well, that's not Monster Reborn because it's from the hand, but a similar thing. Now you can see how I accidentally tributed off my Spirit Dragon straight away, but you can just assume that that Azure Silver Dragon would be a Spirit Dragon. But you can see this is the second board, so I've got a Titanic Galaxy, an Appaloosa with 3 negates, and a Spirit Dragon on the field again. So that's the second kind of board you can make with this deck. So let's go into the profile so I can show you exactly what I've done. So here is the build. As you can see, it is very janky, so I'll go through the cards. So obviously you're going to be playing 3 Blue Eyes Rat Dragon. This is going to facilitate a lot of your synchro plays, a lot of your discard plays. It's just a nice monster to have in your deck. You're not upset to see him. Also going to be good trading fodder. Play 1 Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 Alternative White Dragon. Alternative White Dragon is really good because he's basically just a free special summon sometimes, and really in this deck it's all about getting 2 monsters on field. Most of your combos are 2 or 3 card combos. I say 2 or 3, they're more like 2 or 2.5 card combos. As long as you can get like 1 monster on the field and you can get a discard, you're usually fine. So yeah, that's why I have a lot of kind of free special summons in this deck. 1 Levianeer because he is very good either for spinning cards out of your opponent's hand, clearing their board, or special summon another monster from graveyard. Thunderbird is really good because it's a winged beast that special summons itself, and Romulus likes winged beasts. You can summon it with dragons or winged beasts, which is awesome. A Morphage Goliath, which is going to be my main seals target. Galactic Spiral Dragon, this card was OP. I remember when it came out and it was like a common or whatever, and I was so confused because I was like, all of these level 8 dragon monsters, they're such good extenders of Blue Eyes. This card is really nice. I really love it. Yeah, it's definitely a good card to have in your deck at minimum 1. You could even play it at 3 because you're never upset to see it in your hand. Dragon Spirit of White, a typical Blue Eyes monster. We really play him just because he's nice for that kind of extra removal. I'm not usually going to go into him that early on, but he's nice turns 2 and beyond, where you can bring him out with your Return the Dragon Lords, with your many monster reborns, just to kind of screw over your opponent. Nebula Dragon, another really good card. So the thing about Nebula Dragon though, it's got a really nice effect, but a lot of the times I'm only going to use its effect at the end of my combo to get free rank 8. You can't really use it early on because it will lock you into light or dark dragons, which isn't ideal. But yeah, we do play 2 Nebula Dragon, 1 Danger Nessie. Obviously we play 1 of each of the band dangers because they're all busted. Red Rose and White Rose, these are the general ways that you will get into, you'll either go into your, this is how you get into Herald Arclight. So you'll either use Red Rose Dragon or you'll use your Whitestone with your Link Cross tokens. But this just is nice for generating advantage on your field, and White Rose does special summon itself for free if you have a tuner, which is also great. Moving on, Dragooney Phalanx and the Dragooney Divine Lance, which is going to be those are probably your biggest bricks in the deck. Their main purpose is really to be attached to Romulus and then special summon themselves out. You've got your 3 Whitestone and 3 Whitestone of Ancients, 3 Whitestone of Legends. Both of these are really, really nice cards to have. They're just going to be your main play starters. Getting these and any other card on the field to start off with is ideal. And then you've also got your Sage of Hydra Blades. Similarly, he's also got a nice effect where you can special summon a Blue Eyes from deck, but I rarely have to go into that. 1 for 1. Your target almost always with 1 for 1 is going to be that Whitestone of Legend again, just to get those free Blue Eye searches and stuff. I played 2 Return of the Dragon Lords just because of space. It was more, I wanted more Monster Reborns. I had some extra slots, so this is what I've gone with. Trade in, obviously, because you've got lower level 8 targets. Reasoning, another 3 special summon. Upstart Goblin to make a 39 card deck. Monster Reborn Succession again, and World Legacy Grad Dragon. These are all just again Monster Reborns, because again it's all about getting 2 or more cards on field. As soon as you've done that, you know that you have full combat, and that's what's so great about this deck. Obviously, there are a few choke points, but these also act as kind of extenders in those situations as well. World Legacy Guard Dragon especially is nice, obviously for forcing those Guard Dragon plays in situations where you perhaps don't have the correct zones, you haven't got your zone set up correctly. So let's move into the extra deck. So we play 1 Link Karibo, which is obviously so that I can send the White Stones and such to graveyard. Link Cross just to extend plays, the Guard Dragons, Heroic Silver, Heavenly Spheres. So 9 times out of 10 your target is going to be that Amorphage Goliath. You can actually target almost anything in your deck, of course. You could even target Dragon Spirit of White, for example, to pop some, to banish a spell and trap for your opponent's will. But in any case, the main thing that you're going to be bringing out is that Amorphage Goliath to lock your opponent out of the extra deck. Then we have our Dragooney like Romulus, another extender, Hulk Fibrax, another extender, Appaloosa, very, very easy to go into this deck. Skull Dread, which is another great extender. We have Photon Lord and Titanic Galaxy. So these are the 2 rank 8s I've chosen. However, there are so many rank 8s you could go with. I just find these 2 kind of the best, most generic coverage. So obviously Photon Lord for monster effects, Titanic Galaxy, which is really good because it doesn't need to detach XYZ materials and it's going to be for spell effects. You can actually make this more of a going second gear build. For example, you could play Dragulubion and Numeron Dragon instead. That is another viable alternative in this deck. Then we have 1 Martial Metal Marcher, which is going to be again another extender for the deck. Your Herald is really strong just being on the field. Herald plus Spirit is such a hard thing for your opponent to deal with, because it basically means anything sent from the hand or deck is going to be banished, and then anything in the graveyard, if it tries to move or do anything, that's going to be negated by Spirit. So it's a really nice combo to end on, having both Herald and Spirit on the field. What's even better about these 2 obviously is that they can't, normally it's like you would be worried about things like you'd be worried about spell and traps and negates and stuff to destroy. You'll be worried about people using spell and trap negates or using a certain negate to get rid of your Spirit Dragon or whatever. Well, your Herald is obviously going to protect that because it will tribute itself. It's a hard negate, and in addition to its sort of semi-macrocosmos effect. And then your Azure Eye Spirit Dragon, his main purpose really is just that he's what you float into with Spirit once your Spirit has been kind of targeted, and then you can use that. You could actually play Calamities because it is not too hard to bring them both out on the same turn. Maybe in the future, if I get enough likes, I'll show you how to do the Calamities combo in this deck. But that is kind of your main in your extra deck. So again, it's really just that kind of dragon combo, trailing kind of build. Moving on from that, we have the 3 Ebony, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Lancia, and 3 Nibiru. Your extra deck is really, really, really flexible with this deck. Your side deck is really, really flexible because you might not necessarily even be doing a going first build. A going first build is better for this format, but in future formats you might want to focus more on a going second build. But yeah, that is the main kind of Blue Eyes build that I have here. One thing I would also keep in mind, guys, when you are doing a deck like this, it's really about learning the combos. I would really heavily advise you not just to net deck my combo, net deck someone else's combo. Try this combo to start off with and then try and make your own. I mean, I was watching so many people's builds and I was trying to do their combos and it was just so hard because I didn't know half the cards. I didn't really get all of the connections, and you can watch their video a million times, you might not necessarily get it. You really need to understand this deck. You're not going to find a build exactly the same as this. You're going to find so many different Blue Eyes decks online, but none of them are going to be exactly the same. They're all going to have have little nuances and stuff, and it's because it's really about understanding the deck yourself and doing the combo yourself. Oh, trust me, it's not gonna work out for you. So I'm saying this, guys, don't just net deck. Use these decks as a guideline and then try and make your own, because that is where you're gonna get the best results. Obviously, you can get some guidance from people like Team Samurai, from people like Dark Arm Jewelers, from people like me. You can do that, but yeah, just make sure you're doing that, guys. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, this huge slug of Blue Eyes, which sucky deck, whatever, but anyway, yeah, no, it still does well in it. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video if you want to see more, and subscribe to my channel. I've got great content coming out soon. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.